Mass or energy, which came first? Or my suggestion for a one-sentence formula for the making of the universe. This post looks at the singularity that started the universe. Then later I suggest a single-sentence formula of how the universe was made. First, a disclaimer. This is my model, and though based on what we know now, has not been proven. The key to much of physics is the singularity that started the universe. What was it made of, mass or energy? The famous Einstein equation of E equals mc squared says that energy can convert to mass and mass can convert to energy, so the singularity was one of those. But it couldn't have been mass because mass can't change or do anything without energy. So energy seems to be the answer. What energy? What energy can make mass? The only energy known now that can make mass is photon energy. Photons can make mass in a process called pair conversion. Photons make electron-positron pairs, which are matter that have mass. Back to the Einstein equation with these substitutions. Photon energy converts to electron-positron mass. What energy is outside of time and could proceed in a universe? Photons are outside of time and distance. The idea that photons are outside of time and distance is problematic for many. Please look at the online articles that explain this better than I can. Side note, what's still not explained by anyone is how photons can be outside of time yet have a speed of light that suggests both distance and time. That remains problematic. Therefore, we now have a singularity of energy that is outside of time and distance and can't create mass as electron-positron pairs. That is my candidate for the singularity that started the universe. Here's how it may have worked. The first electron-positron pair created space-time in a Big Bang. The next expanded the universe. So did every other electron-positron pair that followed it. Side note, virtual particles or vacuum energy still do this today. These particles pouring into the universe from the photon singularity took two main paths. The first path, annihilation and expansion of space. This is the main path of the two. 95% of the particle pairs that created the universe almost immediately annihilated back into photons and expanded the universe. When an electron and positron, a positron is an anti-electron by the way, collide, they immediately annihilate back into two photons. The annihilation of these particle pairs expanded the universe at every point. This continues to this day. This is dark energy or vacuum energy. This is a neutral energy, and is by far most of the universe. Side note, perhaps dark matter too. For this post, I am including dark matter with dark energy. Dark matter is 25% of the universe, dark energy is 70%. See my post on how dark energy can spin galaxies, which is the main evidence for dark matter. Now back to the post. This force of expansion was massive at the Big Bang, then slower as conditions changed and the universe cooled and expanded. Now it is slower, but strangely enough, it is gradually speeding up again. The second path. This is a much smaller path than the first, but very important. 5% of the electron-positron pairs that created the universe survived in stable forms. Specifically, they formed protons, neutrons, which attracted many electrons. Somehow this included neutrinos too. This is a small charged force of mostly negative and positive particles. Side note, my other post suggests that the proton is made up of two positrons and one electron, giving it a charge of exactly +1. The neutron is a proton plus electron, giving it a charge of 2 positrons and 2 electrons, or exactly 0. Further, the neutron survived by connecting with a proton in the stable form of deuteron. This also explains where the missing antimatter is in the proton and neutron. Now back to the post. Summary up to this point. Photon singularity created a universe of space-time with electron-positron pairs. Most annihilated into expansive dark energy. A small amount form protons, neutrons, and ultimately atoms that make up all matter. Finally, my single sentence formula of how the universe may have been made. A photon singularity created a universe of electron-positron pairs that mostly annihilated into an expanding force, with a small amount combining into stable forms of matter that made the atoms. Thanks for reading. Related terms: vacuum energy, virtual particle pairs, cosmic microwave background, paraconversion, electromagnetic waves, and charge.